Henry VIII declared himself the defender of the faith in protest to the Pope. Pope was originally the defender of the faith, and the Bible was translated from Latin into English in the Douay-Rhiems translation. And the Catholics and the Anglicans split, and they had a special group who protested the Anglicans called the Protestants. So Christianity is generally thought to be the Catholics and the Protestants, and anybody else is pretty much a mutt. So the mutts came up with this Dead Sea Scrolls, where a bunch of amphoras with scrolls in them were. And these scrolls, if you break one out and they're not all broken yet, they reliably have a vertical count and a horizontal count and a diagonal count of the letters. And then there's just the same thing over and over again, which is the work of scribes who did nothing but copy the thing over again, like a printing press without a press. And this was translated by King James into English, giving us the King James Version. Well, I'm bringing this up to mention that the Douay-Rheims and the King James don't exactly match in the narrative. It's not like just the words are different and the story is pretty much the same. The stories are different. For an example, a quick look, you can look at Psalm 51 and Psalm 119. Psalm 51 is the famous one where David is bewailing his immorality with Bathsheba and saying, God, I've broken a contrite heart thou wilt not despise. And Psalm 119 is a really, really well-written psalm about the law of God and how he loves God's laws and his statutes and his precepts and his testimonies. And he has umpteen dozen words for law and how he loves God's law. Well, the point is, if you look up Psalm 51 and read it in English, and you look up in the King James, and you look up Psalm 51 and read it in the Douay-Rheims, you get a slightly different telling of the tale. And if you look up Psalm 119 in the King James and Psalm 119 of Douay-Rheims, you get a different text completely. So the question is this: if the King James text is made up by a fake, an imposter, a pretender to God's affections, what was he thinking compared to the sincere guy who wrote the Douay-Rheims Psalm 119?